Welcome back to Bondurant-Farrar Wrestling. Hopefully you found your way over to the new feed with things functioning properly, hopefully as well. As we move into varsity action, the Blue Jays are going to start out with 6 points for a forfeit for Reed Foster.
Now for 113, Bondurant, Ryder Harris.
Ryder Harris coming out now for the Blue Jays. Fairfield has an open spot, so we're going to get 6 more points for the Blue Jays. Now Niall Davis comes out for the Blue Jays at 120 pounds. And Fairfield is open there as well. So Blue Jays out to a quick 18-0 lead. And now up for the Blue Jays, number 6 ranked, 126-pound Maximus Riggins. And for the Fairfield Trojans, Zach Westerkamp.
Just by looking at records, he would be one of their 2 best wrestlers, I would think, is Zach Westerkamp. And we know Max Riggins, we're just starting to scratch the surface on him, but we know it's pretty awesome when you watch him wrestle. Nice carry. Westerkamp scrambling, though. Good way to start this match. Holy cow.
Riggins comes out on top and gets the 2-point takedown to score first. One thing we've seen when we have watched Riggins is he does a good job of chaining action together. So even if the first move doesn't work, he's ready to try a second one or a third one right away, counter action to whatever the other guy is doing. He's got that wrist and a leg in, and he was just kind of trying to pull him over. A little high and has the leg out and is able to come back out on top of that.
Yeah, that's crazy that he could do that, because many guys are going to get caught right there and pinned, and Max is just kind of comfortable and he comes right through it.
Still 2-0 here. They'll reset in the middle with 38 seconds remaining. I believe our clock is back up and running, and you can see all that, but we'll still drop in times just because it feels right.
Max.
Oh, go ahead.
Max has that leg in on the right side, and he's looking to extend Westerkamp here. He's got a 2-0 lead with that leg in, and he wants to try to get one of those arms either crossbody and pull the arm out, or same side and power half it. Westerkamp trying to elevate up to a tripod, and time's going to run out here. 2-0 is the lead for Max Riggins.
Trojan option first. He's going to choose the bottom position, Westerkamp. Riggins does a good job breaking him off the base right off the whistle and catches that wrist, looking for a tilt. He gets some quick near fall count there. 2-point near fall off of that.
Yeah, Coach Miller for Fairfield did not agree with the counting of those back points there, but they're on the board for Riggins. 4-0 is his lead.
Riggins looking for some more tilt action. Only has a 1 count there, so no points to award. Westerkamp looking to fight those hands away.
Now both one leg in and they're hooked on the right side. This is where Max was earlier in the match. And now he's trying to jump that left leg in. Westerkamp doing a really good job of blocking it and then hipping down to keep Max from putting that other leg in.
And now both legs out. And Riggins looking for a kind of a headlock there to pull him back on top of. That's how he got the first near fall points. Westerkamp in on a leg on that turn. No points to award right now. Riggins still in control. 15 seconds on the clock. Riggins trying to keep himself elevated. Again, at this point, no points awarded to Westerkamp. It's still Riggins in control.
He's got that arm around the waist and then that leg hooked, which is what saved him there.
So good job scrambling from that position and maintaining control and not getting too worked up and too nervous and just settling in, staying calm and holding tight.
Yeah, he's very composed as a wrestler, and that worked to his advantage in that situation. Westerkamp really giving Max Riggins a good workout here tonight. You can tell that Westerkamp can wrestle and does a nice job. You can see that with the arm in on the left side there. But like we know with Max is never uncomfortable. Like he'll score from anywhere. And even though Zach Westerkamp had a really nice combination locked up there, Max knew the way to get out of it and was able to work himself into a 2-point reversal.
So Riggins with a 6-0 lead here with 1.5 minutes on the clock. Kind of in an awkward position.
Yeah, we got to watch that knee there. Thank you.
Called the stalemate. Yeah, you're right. Could have worked potentially dangerous on the angle of that knee, but from my angle, I'm not entirely sure how that knee was bending either. It just looked wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
So 1:23 on the clock here in the third. Riggins has a 6-0 lead. The second official says there's a caution on that one. So at this point, Riggins would be also looking for trying to build up that lead a little bit, because right now a 6-point lead would get you 3 team points and an 8-point lead would get you an extra point, so 14 points. So he's going to look to try to score a couple extra points here and build that team lead.
He did get that second leg in this time. The first couple times he had the leg in on the right side but not quite the left, and now he does have that leg in on the left side, and Westerkamp just clams up on the bottom there trying to get those legs out, and he does get that left leg free. Max with a good ride on the right side, though. And he's trying to get those arms out. Now he's got the leg right in on the near side. Not something you often see. Now he's got Riggins caught, and that's a headlock. Westerkamp has a headlock, and Riggins able to work back up and out of it. Holy cow.
So no points awarded on that headlock. It was just a 1-point escape, and then Riggins gets in for a 2-point takedown. And they're out of bounds.
You want to see a good headlock. Go back and watch that on the film. And then also you want to see how to get out of a headlock. You can see that in the exact same sequence there, because both kids did a really nice job. Max was able to come out with some points on the back end of that.
For the Trojans, Case and Miller coming in at 5-1. Both freshmen here. Miller does a good job pulling him down and getting the 2-point takedown for the Trojans. And they're out of bounds back to the center.
Just don't know enough about Southeast Iowa wrestling to know who these kids have wrestled. Miller with only one loss on the year, but it could have been at Iowa City or it could have been in Davenport. Like, it'd be nice to know that because he looks really good.
And obviously there's a few really talented clubs down in Southeast Iowa as well that work with youth athletics, and so a lot of opportunities to get better if you want to look for it.
Yep.
It's a 4-1 lead here now for Miller.
Now Briley with that arm, his left arm is locked up, and Miller's going to try and walk around the head with it. He's got the half on the opposite side, and that's tough right there. Cason Miller has it locked up. Blake Briley doing everything he can to fight out of it. Now Miller's just going to sit there.
Ow.
Ow is right.
And that's going to be the fall. I would have probably given it to him a little bit earlier on that. Great fight by Briley once he was down in there. That's a tough spot to be. Now coming up for the Blue Jays, 138 pounds, Gavin Steppen. And Jace Hannis for the Fairfield Trojans. Both juniors here. Steppen has compiled a 9-2 record, wrestling, I believe, primarily JV. Not sure if he's got a varsity match in there or not. Hannis is 4-5 overall. Good action. Hannis.
Oh, he's got it caught. That's tight.
And Hannis gets the pin, and Steppen looks like he might be injured.
He does
landed
look
on
hurt.
That shoulder.
Yeah.
Sarah Moss out there, our athletic trainer, checking on Gavin. Yeah, the way he kind of stopped wrestling.
Yeah, that shoulder hit, and he just kind of stopped, and you could tell that he was hurt.
So at this point in the duel, Blue Jays have a 22-12 lead as we move into the 145-pound weight class after Sarah looks at Gavin. Hopefully it's not as bad as it initially looks. He's going to be up and walk off.
Now at 145 pounds for Bondurant-Farrar, and for Fairfield, Wyatt Johnson.
All right, now up at 145 pounds. Porter Francois for the Blue Jays coming in at 8-7, and Wyatt Johnson for the Fairfield Trojans coming in at 3-5. We should be done with forfeits for the rest of this duel, so. Obviously, we've already seen Fairfield has quite the number of 220s and 285 ranges, so no forfeit there for them. .120 here in the first period. Blue Jays with the 22-12 lead in the duel, led by 3 quick forfeits. A sweep single attempt by Francois. Johnson looked to drop down on that knee. Let it go, and now is looking for that front headlock. .40 seconds remaining here on the clock.
Good front headlock there by Porter if he could keep that. Johnson has a different idea. He's going to break that hand free and hang on to the elbow. So Porter needs to get back up to his feet and let go of that because Johnson has that underhook there. He's got to work his way out and come back up.
Francois is able to come around for 2 points. Good job there.
Yeah, that was really good. For him to drop down on that single at the end of the period there like that and score, that's awesome. Awesome job out of Porter.
Francois defers his choice. Coach tells Johnson, make your pick, and he wants neutral, so they'll come into the second period with a neutral position. Francois up 2-0. Once you break that 0-0 tie, sometimes you get a little more action as the one guy thinks he has a little confidence and the other guy realizes he needs to score.
Yep, that's right. Nice. It's a good duck under to finish that from the high crotch. That was beautiful. That was a really good job by Porter to finish that takedown. He's up 4-0.
We didn't really have an opportunity to have the top-bottom position from the first period on that takedown because it was late in the game, so we'll see what type of ride Porter can put together, see if he can convert some points here with near fall. As he's fighting that wrist. Puts in the wing.
Yeah, he's got to stay above that elbow there to keep it tight. He's in good position right now. He's just got to keep walking around the head. Just keep coming towards the head. He's getting the back points, but keep coming towards the head.
With 30 seconds, you can kind of do this at a little slower pace if you need to, but you got to get him back over there. As he lets go of that wing, there's the 3 points being awarded for the near fall. So Porter has a 7-0 lead. Yeah, right back into another offensive move. Good job out of Porter there.
Yep. You like to see that aggressiveness and trying different things. He's got a comfortable lead. I almost wonder if what the coaches are going to have him do here. So Porter choosing down to start this third period. 7-0 is his lead.
This is our 145-pound weight class. We did start at 106 as Francois gets the escape, taking 8-0 lead.
And 8-0, that's that team aspect that you were talking about earlier. Getting ahead by 8 or more points, that gives you an extra team point. A major decision worth 4 points instead of just 3. Every point can matter in a duel. We'll see it at the end of this season that a dual meet at state duels like 36-35, and it could be that major that was 8 points, and it'll happen that we have those duels come down to that point. And so it's good to always wrestle to try to score and get to that next level. 10-0 is our score, and they're a good suck back there.
And ends up going around the head looking for the fall. He's got 3 points pending, and there they are. So he has a 13-0 lead. If he can turn him around for 2 more near fall points, that's going to be a technical decision, which is worth 5 team points.
And obviously Porter's going to try and work for a fall here. But if he gets that tech, it's going to be just as good as far as the win column. It's just the team point aspect of it with the fall would then give him 6. But it looks like it's going to be the tech.
Unless he can find a way to pin him. He's got 25 seconds, and he's on his back. So this is going to end it either way. If he isn't able to pin him here, it'll be a technical fall. And there it'll be. So Porter Francois with a great match, comes away with a tech fall. 16-0. Now up for the Blue Jays at 152 pounds, Caleb Meyer. And for the Trojans, Cam McLean.
Caleb Meyer. And for Fairfield, Cam McLean.
A lot of active hands as we start this match. McLean goes for the shot. Meyer's able to sprawl.
Yeah, he did a really good job of getting his legs back there. Now his right elbow is trapped, so he's trying to work that free, but he's also doing a really good job of working around behind for that takedown. Good job, Caleb.
So Meyer gets the first points, 2-0, and a hard crossface.
Yeah, that's what you like to see, Dad.
Yep. Blocks up the cradle, and that's tight. See if he can keep his grip. Good elevation there by McLean.
Yeah, if Caleb could keep that arm trapped, he's going to be all right here. It's going to be close. McLean did kick out of it.
He's able to break that, but that's a 3-point near fall. Meyer takes a 5-0 lead and ends up a little bit of scramble. McLean's got a leg, but Meyer's going back to the crossface. McLean caught the wrist that time. 38 seconds on the clock.
Look at that. Another great crossface. He's got to get his hips up, though. Caleb has to get his hips up off the mat here. McLean's continuing to circle, looking to jump over. Good job there by Caleb to get his hips up.
Comes around behind. McLean's still got that arm kind of locked. Myers went for the suicide cradle and gives up the 2-point reversal, 5-2. McLean's looking for a power half.
We're all
10
right.
seconds.
We're all right here.
Myers trying to score quickly before the end of the period.
Keep turning in.
And it's gonna
Is he gonna get that?
2-1. McLean holds on.
Oh, Caleb's trying to roll through that headlock. If he had a few more seconds, he'd have done it.
It was a great scramble there at the end. McLean able to keep that headlock in. McLean defers his choice. Meyer's going to choose bottom. 5-2 lead starting the second period. Meyer's got that right hand, trying to get the wrist before he stands up.
5-2 is the lead for Caleb Meyer.
McLean's got that wing that he looks like he's trying to put in on the left side. Trying to just roll that wrist through him. Meyer gets it free again. Now he's got to try and build up and get out.
It's a good crossface there, and Caleb doing a really nice job of fighting out of it. Now McLean trying to bring him back, but Meyer doing a really good job of keeping his body control, and he has that leg. He's going to use that. He's going to come out on top here.
So nothing awarded yet as McLean is able to hold on top right now. Meyer needs to pop that head out, come around behind.
If he could worm that right arm around the waist and then pop his head out, he's going to get his points.
Right there, that's 2 points for Meyer to take a 7-2 lead. .35 seconds remaining in the second period.
We saw some good offense out of Caleb in that first period, and he's working it here. He's doing a really good job of trapping that arm and trying to work around to the other side of the body. McLean knee slides up, and now he's in a tripod. Caleb's got to bring him back down, which he does as they go out of bounds.
So 14 seconds remaining in the second. Meyer switches over to the left side, or the right side, I guess, as the case may be. He's got that arm trapped again. Meyer needs to bail back to his stomach.
And he did the right thing by giving up the 2 there. Because if he had not bailed, he was going to give up back points.
Yep.
So we're all right.
So Myers ahead 7-4 as they head to the third period. And McLean chooses bottom position. McLean up to his feet quickly. That same wrist, or that just locking up that elbow. Myers got to get his hips high.
He's got his hips up, but man, that elbow is trapped underneath, and he really can't do much with it. McLean is winging hard, like he's got a good grip on Caleb's elbow, and Caleb's just got to fight to get that free here. This is how we ended the second period.
And that's going to be a 2-point reversal. So McLean's down 7-6 now, looking for a power half. And
Nice
Meyer
roll
reversed through.
Look at
has
that.
McLean on his back, has the 2-point reversal up 9-6.
Great job by Caleb to roll through. He's got to scoot around behind. Keep those hips up. Get up to your feet. We're all right. Get up.
McLean gets a 2-point takedown.
He's got to fight that grip. You got to break the grip. McLean has that cradle. Now, Caleb's got to shake him here. He's going to shake him over. He's going to get him. Caleb's coming out. He's got it. There's 2.
And near fall points. 35 seconds remaining. Meyer up 11-9 and needs to not give him his elbow again.
Now he's got a good looking start to a crossface here. He could turn that into a butcher.
20 seconds remaining.
That's an awesome crossface.
And some more near fall points. 9 seconds remaining. And that's going to be the fall with 6 seconds remaining. Caleb Meyer gets the pin to pick up a few extra bonus points. Good battle for Meyer and McLean. Meyer comes out on top.
That was a fun high school wrestling match. Patrick, you got the crowd cheering for you up here.
That Jones family, they're very supportive of all the wrestlers, all the kids in the school everywhere. Let's not kid ourselves. It's not just wrestlers. Now up for the Blue Jays, Marcus Teed at 160 pounds versus Aiden Lyons.
Did
they switch that?
I think so. Wyatt
Teed whips him over. Oh, Wyatt Lovelady.
Teed with a big throw here.
So he's got the 2-point takedown, has a 3 near fall pending if he doesn't get the pin. And he does.
26 seconds.
Marcus didn't want to hang out and wrestle near as much as Caleb did, apparently.
Landon Pilcher.
All right, so for the Blue Jays, senior Porter Smith. And for the Trojans, Landon Pilcher. So Pilcher's listed as a 152, so wrestling up a couple weight classes.
High crotch to a double finish with the Turk. So that leg Turk there is going to let Porter do a lot of different things. He's going to get to choose what he wants as his offense here. He saw Marcus's 26 seconds.
He's going to try and beat it, and it's the same. 26 seconds is what they counted. So Porter Smith gets the fall, 26 seconds. We'll see. I wonder what the official one on track is, 45-12 is the team score. £182. Clayton Vanderpool for the Blue Jays and Carter Moore for the Trojans. Vanderpool coming in with a 10-8 record on the season. As we move into these later matches, we want to make sure to thank Rao and Baker Painting for sponsoring this broadcast, as well as our other wrestling broadcasts. Commercial, residential painting, indoor, outdoor, pretty much everything you need to do. They can paint you a big Blue Jay on there, you know, all that fun stuff. Great supporters of Blue Jay athletics and the Blue Jay school system as well. We'll see a key Rao coming back here soon, I believe, with Dalton wrestling at 132 pounds.
Yeah, hopefully here by late next week they have some answers on when to expect him back.
But whether he's wrestling or not, we love that Rao and Baker Painting are sponsoring this broadcast.
They're great people. They do great work, and no matter who's coming to paint for them, they're always friendly and courteous, and they do a good job, and they make sure the job's done the way you want it before they leave. So a great supporter and a great company.
As we near the end of the first period, 0-0 is the score. Vanderpool in on a good double leg.
Look at that. Good double. Yeah, that's a nice finish, too.
He was just waiting for someone to say no score yet. So gets the 2-point. And we reach the end of the first period with that 2-0 lead. So officially on the track scoreboard, Porter Smith was 25 seconds and Marcus was 26.
Okay.
So
Porter won the fastest fall.
Porter won so far.
Yeah.
Moore in the bottom position to start, gets the quick escape. 2-1 is the score.
Clayton showing off the mint green Asics tonight, too. Kind of a fun color on a shoe.
What was the best color shoe you had?
I had some pretty sweet zebra, like black and white with a tint of, like they had some orange spots, but I have black and white striped zebra looking Asics. Loved those.
Vanderpool's able to avoid going over on the headlock and gets the 2-point takedown. So it's 4-1 now. I had a couple years where I had a red pair of shoes. So they go out of bounds after the 2-point reversal. Which in high school we had blue uniforms with red stripes, and so the red shoes fit well with it.
There you go. That's pretty cool. I bet that looked good.
Well, I was wearing them, so it only looked okay. 1 minute remaining in the second period. Vanderpool looking to get out of this. Moore riding a little high right now if Vanderpool can slide out, but he's got that leg in there now, which helps out.
He had that left leg in and had a nice ride, and then when he went to go to the second one, he did get too high, and he's there again. If Clayton could tripod up here.
Could try to bounce him over.
Yep. And Moore kind of reestablishes himself and only goes to one leg.
Got 20 seconds remaining here in the second period. Vanderpool holding on to a 4-3 lead. Looking to get an escape here quick and build a little bit on it. Moore finishing with a strong ride. And it's going to be 4-3. Vanderpool lead after 2. And Vanderpool is going to choose bottom.
Well, he's got the lead, and if he can get an escape, it'll be a nice little insurance policy for him.
He spent a decent amount of that second period underneath the guy, so I didn't know if they'd change it up a little bit, but he didn't get turned by him. And so as long as you don't get turned, if you're on bottom, you aren't giving up a lead.
Yep.
But Again, not a ton of action either way. You could potentially say a stalling attempt on either side because Moore is hanging out behind and Vanderpool wasn't trying to stand up.
Oh, there we go. He's got to keep moving, though. He got him.
Moore went for the koala cling. It didn't work.
The koala cling. That's a new one. I'm adding that to my
I've never
repertoire.
seen it before, but kind of what it looked like. He's just holding on to the leg, not touching the ground at all. And Vanderpool's getting back points now. He has a 6-3 lead.
Yep, he's got to work that arm up towards the head, which is exactly what he's doing. He's playing this out perfectly. He's just got to stay patient here. Get his hips. There you go. Get those hips up towards the head.
And there's the fall for Vanderpool. It wasn't 25 seconds, but it still counts for 6.
Yep, that's a good finish to that match for Clayton Vanderpool.
Now
coming up at 195 pounds, Dylan Hayworth, his first match of the season. And for the Trojans, Teddy Metcalf, 10-2 on the season. And we got to get the clock reset. There we go. Blue Jays have a team lead of 51-12 right now. 2 more matches after this one, so the duel is secured.
Teddy Metcalf at 10-2. That's a good record.
I do believe it's the best record they have on the team. I know Westerkamp was the other one you pointed out that had one of the better records, and same number of losses, but Metcalf had 3 more wins coming into this. Obviously, Westerkamp has 1 more loss now because of the match against Riggins. Hayworth, another one that didn't start out the season on the wrestling team, but saw his brother out there, I think, and decided, I don't know why I'm not out. And so joined a little before Christmas break and finds himself out here on the mat.
Yeah, and he's one of those on the football team that's really going to step up next year and be a key part of that defense. So I'm sure Coach Fonts is happy to have him out here competing in another sport, getting better and learning how to leverage himself and staying in good position. So it's great to see Dylan out here.
I mean, as Hawkeye football would tell you, if you want to get better at football, you should be out for wrestling.
Yep. They have a lot of data to back that up.
I mean, I think it was 2 years ago, their entire offensive line was high school wrestlers from Iowa. Yeah. Just saying. I mean, they might also all be, 6'4" and 300 pounds, but.
The Tristan Wirfs and Tyler Linderbaum high school matches that you can find are kind of fun to watch.
Yeah.
And, obviously, Wirfs is one of the best tackles in the NFL, and Linderbaum's going to be in the NFL soon enough.
Austin Blythe was a really good one to watch, too, from Williamsburg.
Yeah.
Ended up at center for Iowa for a while and then has been around the NFL. I think he's fighting off some injuries now, but, man, that guy was a pinning machine.
Yep. Scoreless going into 2 here for Dylan Hayworth.
Been trying to convince a few more of our linemen to go out for wrestling, even if they didn't want to wrestle matches, just to get that action in. But Winger needs to talk to more of his friends, I think.
Yeah, he does.
Looking at you, Hudson Vrew.
That was the first name I was going to say. You get Hudson Vrew and Dalton House in there to mess around a little bit and learn how to throw each other. It'd be good for them.
Told Bryce Baker that a few times too while he was up here doing the running camera for some of the basketball games. But
yep, he'd be a good one to be wrestling.
As we're going to that, a good time to thank the fantastic Blue Jay Digital crew. This class run by Kyle Seidel has produced some great content over the last couple of years now. One of the great things that's come out of COVID. As Teddy Metcalf does a good little toss.
He's got the toss, and it's a half. I think it's a half. It's
I think
either
it
a
is
half
too.
or a reverse, but I think it's a half. Dylan Hayworth fighting that. He's got 30 seconds. That's a long time to fight underneath a guy that's 200 pounds.
But he doesn't. Nope. And there he goes. I was going to say, it didn't seem to be any movement one way or the other, so I didn't know if anybody was making ground. But Teddy Metcalf does get the fall. As we move on to 220 pounds. For the Blue Jays, it's going to be Quentin Fulton. And for the Fairfield Trojans, it's going to be Caesar Smithberg.
Now on the mat at 220 pounds, from Bondurant-Farrar, Quentin Fulton. And for Fairfield, Caesar Smithberg.
Caesar Smithberg. I believe Dre was how it was put into.
No, there's a Dre as well.
Oh, there is a
Dre's,
Dre.
I'm assuming his brother. He's a freshman. So they just put the wrong one into who was going to originally wrestle on track.
Okay, Caesar.
Yeah.
And then Quentin Fulton, another one of those football players that's a key contributor on a very successful football team.
Fulton coming into this match with a 10-8 record. Smithberg with a 5-5 record. 51-18 is the team score. We have this and two more matches. Or, I'm sorry, this and one more match. I looked at the 195 that's still on the scoreboard, and that's not correct. This is 220.
It's a front headlock, and Fulton doing a good job of keeping that movement.
As you kept seeing him circle, he was able to circle away from any danger and come back out to a neutral position.
All that flurry, and now we're going to have 0 points.
There's still time. We saw a couple matches earlier where it was 0-0, and then somebody decided to score Vanderpool right before the end of the first period.
Yeah,
so
that's
looking
true.
for the same thing from Fulton here. Let's get some quick action at the end. Try, but to no avail. End of the first period, 0-0. Fulton with the emphatic defer. Smithberg's going to choose down. We had some varsity wrestlers that held out of this match today, but you can see a lot of them over there near the bench supporting the other Blue Jays. That's what you like to see from a good team. See Gavin walking around with an ice pack on that shoulder. I did. I don't see him now.
Yeah, Gavin Steppen at 138 pounds tonight was tossed and landed on his shoulder pretty hard and ended up losing by fall in that match. And so we certainly hope a speedy recovery to him. Sarah's over there kind of talking to him a little bit about it. And
the shout out, Sarah Moss, best trainer in the business. I have nothing to back that up with support-wise other than we just know. Also a big fan of peanut butter cups. If you ever want to tell her thank you, peanut butter cups are the way to go. I mean, I think that's true of almost everybody if you're not allergic to peanut butter. But Smithberg with the escape has a 1-0 lead in the second period here. Yeah, still looking for a little bit more action offensively on this one. And both guys are kind of looking for that big move, which you see somewhat frequently with the higher weight classes. We're going to end the second period. Smithburg has a 1-0 lead, and Fulton's going to go underneath for the first time. Smithburg trying to control that wrist while having a tight waist, but Fulton's up to his feet, and they're in a throwing position. He's got the escape, and who's going to come away with this? Fulton's able to slip his head through and gets the 2-point takedown.
You bet.
Good awareness of where your pressure's coming from and is able to just slide right out the back. And
that was awesome.
So Quentin has a 3-1 lead, minute 20 remaining in the third, and looking for a power half.
And now Smithburg has been warned for stalling. You get a warning on that. If it happens again, then you give up a point. So if Smithburg were to get hit with stalling call again, Fulton would be given a point. Tripod there by Smithburg, and now he kind of half Grambied through it. And Fulton can just sit back here and try to get some back points out of it. Smithburg bellies down.
Quentin did a good job just catching him as he was trying to go through on that. Caught him in an awkward spot, but didn't convert it into any points, but pulled 20 seconds off the clock as well. Smithburg back up to his feet, gets the escape. Now Fulton needs to avoid getting taken down.
20 seconds to go. Fulton with a 1-point lead.
And has not been warned for stalling, so he doesn't really have to do anything too crazy. 12 seconds, he can just kind of play defense. At 5 seconds. And Fulton's going to come away with a 3-2 lead, or victory, I mean, to move the match score to 54-18. So now the final match of the night, 285-pound Noah Winger for the Bondurant-Farrar Blue Jays and Terrence Craig for the Fairfield Trojans. Craig, I assume, a twin because they also have Kenneth Craig that's a junior on the roster that's in the same weight class, so he's wrestling against his brother for varsity spot, I guess. Gets the takedown quick and is looking to get Winger to his back. Winger's bellied out. Craig providing a lot of pressure there. And gets a 2 near fall. Winger out in front, gets the escape. So it's 4-1.
That's a good recovery out of him for being down early to come back to his feet like that. So now it's a fresh start. Winger doesn't need to worry about the scoreboard. He can just wrestle.
Blue Jays in action again on Thursday night this week.
Ooh, headlock, good job by Noah to sink his hips, and Craig's headlock slipped.
Watch just how Fulton did it and did the same thing.
Yep. Where do they wrestle Thursday?
Thursday they're up in Boone.
Okay.
Boone and Perry are both there. Winger with the mat return on that leg. Winger still in control on this position. Trailing 3-4. Comes around behind. Good job. So we did see Boone at the Ken Essling duels a couple weeks ago. Blue Jays came out victorious, but there were some good matches. I'll tell you one match that should be a lot of fun if it happens is Winger looks for some back points is Bondurant versus Perry, Chase Pfizer versus Cole Nelson.
Yeah, 138.
Yep.
Cole Nelson is who Riley Anderson had a lot of battles with for a few years, and that would definitely be the match of the night up there. Look at Noah
Winger gets the fall. Good recovery to come away with that win.
And that's why we wrestle, and it didn't take the full match, but you don't give up when you're down 3 points or 4 points. Winger was down 4-0, came back and wins the match by fall.
Right.
Great job, Noah Winger.
So, yeah, should be some fun matches on Thursday up at Boone. Boone tends to stream all their stuff, so you should be able to pick up a stream there. And then a few tournaments going on Saturday. Varsity's going to Atlantic, which is always a really good tournament, like 16 teams there, some from Nebraska.
Awesome. Okay.
May even be a team from Missouri, but some good teams from that Omaha area. And so, along with Underwood and some other good Western Iowa teams. So it'll be some good matches for the Blue Jays there. I think there's a JV squad going up to Hampton-Dumont for a Dikey Invitational.
Okay.
And it's a freshman, sophomore at at Ankeny. So a lot of action on Saturday. We need to do one final thing, though, tonight, where we pick a Legacy Bank wrestler of the meet.
Okay.
I went last time. You want to go this time?
I've got one.
You got one?
And I narrowed it down to 2 wrestlers, and and it just has to do with how this meet played out, and I'm giving it to the most exciting match of the night that ended in a fall with Caleb Meyer at 152 pounds.
All right, so Caleb Meyer is going to get the Legacy Bank Wrestler of the Night. Legacy Bank sponsoring more activities than you can even imagine here in town, building legacies one customer at a time. We appreciate their great support, and tonight that award goes to Caleb Meyer, who may have potentially tried to give his dad a heart attack, but comes away with the fall with 6 seconds remaining on the clock. So
it was an exciting match. Yep. He kept fighting the whole time and battling, and that's what you want to see out of a high school wrestler. And there were many deserving wrestlers of the night, but he's the one that stood out. I mean, he provided the excitement, and he kept going, and he wrestled. And if it would have taken him 6 more seconds, he would have wrestled 6 more seconds. Yep. So that's why he's my choice for the night.
I'll tell you, the cross faces might have been my favorite part of that, seeing that little bit of aggressiveness come through. Good hard cross face can really deter an opponent.
Yes, it
from
can.
wanting to continue. So, yep. Blue Jays come away victorious, 60-18. Look, I think they split the JV duels, 6 wins apiece. We don't really keep a JV. It's exhibitions at that point, but still fun to hear how things went. And so we got a lot of matches for a lot of guys, and a lot of fun and exciting season to move on to. And so good luck Thursday. Good luck to the basketball team Friday. They host a mega night, and Blue Jay Digital will be on the feed for that. So I think for all of us here at Blue Jay Digital, good night and go Blue Jays.